If you are a current junior right now, I want you to stay tuned for this video because I'm going to share with you your junior year checklist as well as a couple of things you need to do for getting your college applications and essays started. So stay tuned. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Julie Kim and I am a college consultant and a mentor for high school students, and I've helped more than 500 students get accepted into their dream colleges, Ivy Leagues, top tier, you name it. So you are in good hands. Let's go and get started and tackle the junior year to-do list. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I release videos every week, and so you would be the first to know when I have a new video up. So be sure to subscribe and share with your friends and cousins and family members. All right, so first of all, junior year is really stressful. I remember when I was in high school and when I was a junior, I cried multiple times. I was burnt out, overwhelmed, taking so many AP classes, SAT, volunteer. There was just so much going on, and I just really felt the pressure coming. And so starting second semester of junior year, you need to start preparing for your college essays, applications, interviews, and recommendation letters, and so much more. So in this video, I'm going to list out a couple of tasks that you should complete. And these are the things that I share inside my one-on-one college consulting program. And so I thought I would use this platform to share a couple with you as well. Okay, item number 1, declutter your resume. You know, as a junior, you probably have so many responsibilities that include club meetings, club events, sports, AP classes. Well, AP classes will not go under the resume, but still, right? You just have so much going on. You are saying yes and yes and yes to every event. You're attending a summer program, doing SAT prep. And so with my, with my juniors, what we do is we really try to clean out the resume, because if your activity that you're spending time on is not really going to serve you in your college application, in your essay, and it's not going to really help you get the result that you're looking for, which is to get accepted into your dream college, it's really not worth it to really spend your time. So number 1, we print out the resume and we declutter activities or responsibilities that are not really serving you. So decluttering is the most important thing. And how do you know what to declutter? Number 1, does this relate to my major? Number 2, does this align with my values? Number 3, am I just doing this for college? Am I just doing this so that I could fill up a space in my college application? And if that's your reason, you definitely know that that's something that you need to declutter out of your life. The second thing that you should be doing is really adding about 1 to 2 activities that really demonstrate deep work. So I'm not talking about surface level summer programs or one day volunteering events. In your resume, is there 1 or 2 activities or passion projects that truly demonstrate deep work? And does that activity tell me a lot about you, who you are, why this passion project is so important to you, why this activity is so important to you? Does it get specific and deeper, or are you still, doing a lot of surface level activities? And that's what I really help my students do, especially with their passion projects, that we create a project that my students could work on that demonstrates a lot of their strength and their academic interest and their personal interest into one single project, so that you're not wasting your time doing a bunch of things, because obviously we all know multitasking never works. So make sure that you have that, because that 1 to 2 core activity is going to be the culminating activity in your application. So you could think of it as like a climax, right, of your application if you were to compare it to a novel or a movie. The next thing that you should be doing is making sure that your GPA is good. So if you are aiming for the top tier schools and Ivy Leagues, make sure that you are keeping your grades. And if you did get a B the first semester, you should try to aim to get an A the next semester, so that you really show a growth pattern. If you got a C your previous semester, you should really try to get to a B, so that again, it shows a growth pattern. You want to keep up your grades because they are going to be one of the most important factors in getting accepted. And obviously having a good statistics is sort of like a benchmark for Ivy Leagues and top tier colleges. So make sure that you're studying hard, not giving up, and focusing on your GPA. If you're involved in a lot of activities and that involvement is causing you to have less time to study and get not such good grades, then you know what your priority is. number one is GPA. So make sure that you continue to study hard and work hard and keep up that GPA. Around this time, I'm recording this in March, you should have a good idea as to what SAT subject tests you'll be taking in June. So that means that you're registering for SAT 2 exams and also checking as to what AP exams you'll be taking, so that maybe you could take both of them together, one AP in May and then one SAT 2 in June. So for example, if you are currently taking pre-calculus, then you should aim to take SAT 2 Math 2C in June, because then you'll have studied all the subjects in pre-calculus, so that all you really need to do is get a SAT 2 workbook and just do a couple of practice problems, making sure that you're hitting 700 plus. So make sure that you have SAT 2 subjects test in order, and that you are really maximizing your knowledge that you currently have, so that you don't take the SAT 2 test like after summer break when you have forgotten everything about that subject. The next task that you should be working on is really reaching out to colleges and asking them questions. So with my students inside my program, what would I have them do is fill out a long college list, and that Excel sheet is where we keep all the information about colleges that they are interested in and that they might be interested in applying. So we have all that list, and within that list we have a column called what questions do I have for the college admission officer there? Meaning that when you are reviewing the school website, when you are reviewing the curriculum, the majors, the minors, the extracurriculars there, you might come across a couple of questions because you need to assess whether is this school going to be a really good fit for me. And so with those questions, we start reaching out to college admission officers and really networking with them and making sure that they know you. And especially if your school, the school that you're aiming for, considers demonstrated interest, then it's going to be really, really important that you reach out. So you want to reach out the right way, using the 3 questions that are specific and really showing interest in that school and getting your questions answered. And if possible, if you can visit the school, then obviously you want to do the networking and connecting with them before visiting, so that you get to communicate with them and that they know you when you come there. Or if you've been talking to college admission officer at a relatively small to medium-sized school, then they will know that you've emailed that person. And it's just really good to always communicate and ask questions and just be really connected during this process, instead of treating this like, oh, can I even get in here? Really try to get to know the school, really try to get to know the college admission officers and professors there, and ask insightful questions. I remember when I was applying to Harvard grad school, I reached out to professors, I emailed them, I visited them, I spoke with the college admission officers there, and I really tried to be curious about what I was passionate about, right? And so reaching out to colleges and using the 3 questions, really, really important. So you should be doing that right now. All right, so the next task that you should be working on is your resume. Why is resume so important right now? You might be wondering. It's because when you start your college application and essay season, which we start in June for our program, you're gonna be so busy. You're gonna have summer programs, essays, interview prep, college visits. You're just gonna have so much going on at that time. And so what we do is we work on the resume in advance, so that your resume is ready to go, and you could also use that resume and attach it to your recommendation letter brag sheet, which is actually the next task I was going to share with you. But you want to have your resume ready, and the resume that you write is actually going to be what we copy and paste it into the common application. So that's why we spend so much time on the resume and make sure that it's really good, and that it demonstrates results-driven details. It demonstrates your leadership, your qualities, your values, your personality, so that you're not listing things that are really obvious. So we do spend a lot of time inside our program talking about resume building, how to do it correctly, so that we can just use it for common application and we don't need to do a lot of work at that time. All right, so the next task is what I mentioned earlier, which is recommendation letter brag sheets. So with my students, we make sure that we work on the recommendation letter brag sheets around this time, April, May, so that we can submit it to the teachers in June. Some teachers will say, I don't want it now, give it to me later, but we still get it done before then, because during summer months, we're gonna be so busy with essays and other things that we make sure that the recommendation letter brag sheets are ready to go. And the recommendation letter brag sheets is so important, because recommendation letters are important. And I think students tend to think, it's just what they write, I don't have any control over it. You actually have a lot of control over the quality of your recommendation letter. And so that's why we work on this for 1 to 2 months so that you can get the best rec letter possible. Okay. All right, so the last thing that I would really recommend that you do right now is that you contact your counselor and you meet with your counselor and let them know about your college goals, your major goals, and you might have some questions that might be coming up for you. It's really important to update your counselor, build a relationship with your counselors, because they will also be writing your recommendation letter too, right? And so it's really important that you visit your counselor instead of just going to them last minute saying, okay, can you give me my rec letter? We all know that that's not going to result in the best recommendation letter, right? And so, if you're watching this video, I want you to make it a goal, put it in your planner somewhere that you will be visiting your counselor this week. All right, you guys, this is the first half of the checklist for juniors. Obviously, we have the other half, which is all about writing essays, interview prep, common applications, supplemental essays, and so much more. I have a lot of those videos already recorded, and they are available inside my YouTube channel. So go ahead and check it out. But because I already have those videos, I'm just sharing half of the junior year checklist. But if you do want me to do a video on the remaining half of the junior year, so writing supplemental essays, common application, etc., let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely do a new video. I just want to make sure that it's not too repetitive from what's already inside my channel. So that's it. And whoever you are, if you're watching this, if you're a junior, sophomore, whatever, I want you to start implementing these tasks as soon as possible. And basically the very first tip that I gave you was to declutter. So declutter what's not serving you and declutter what's not really aligned with your values and your interests and your passion, because if that's not really you, then why is it there, right? All right, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you need additional support with the college admissions journey, with essays and applications, I am going to leave a strategy session link below where if you sign up and apply, we will get on a one-on-one call and to assess whether you will be a good fit for my program or not. So if you're interested in getting that additional support, you can check out the link below. We also have a Facebook group, Conquer College Admissions. We have around 900 members now. We're really close to hitting 1,000. And inside the group, I host live training. I add a lot of articles, blogs, and everyone is sort of going through what you're going through too. So if you're interested in join our community, and I would love to have you there. We also have a podcast, Demystifying College Admissions podcast, and we upload and release new episodes every week. We have experts, guests. I also do solo episodes. I talk a lot about mental health, mindset work, passion, success, all of those things, productivity. And so if you're interested in that, so that you could always sort of stay updated and motivated and aligned with yourself, go ahead and check it out. I'll also leave the link down below. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.